Great day, amazing souls. How are you feeling? So, today's video is about your purpose. Yes, 1, 2. That's that vibration of, woo, I forgot the word. That's quick. Okay, but anywho, 1, 2, 12. So, today we're going to speak about your purpose. I have been on this journey for years. It haven't been up 10 years, but it's been years. It's been more than 5, more than 6, more than 7, something like that, right? And I've ever since I came into this beingness, I would question because I would hear people talk about your purpose, your purpose, your purpose, your purpose. And I'm like, what is my purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. And I want to be on my purpose, right? But not understanding that wanting to be on your purpose so bad is a good thing. However, there's a flip side to it, right? Not understanding the steps, the journey. And I still am challenged with it from time to time. Um, However, I stopped questioning what my purpose is simply because I already know that I am on my purpose, right? So it's an honor to be where I am. Um, that is how you know when you're on your purpose, when you stop questioning your purpose. But this is something that I sat with for some time, some years. And I'm like, my purpose. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? And as fractured is my memory bank is when I was younger, the soul forgets nothing. Two. And one day I was reminded of something that I've always wanted to do. It was two things, actually. One was I wanted to be an obstetrician. I adore babies. I love babies. I love new things, right? I love newness. I love new things. I love kittens and babies. Yeah, that's probably it. And I wanted to be an obstetrician. And when I found out that you had to go to school for so many years to be an obstetrician, I said, "Oh, fuck that, never mind. I'm good. I love the babies from a distance." Right? But it was another one that I had, and I always wanted to be a a therapist, a counselor, because I had a lot of issues growing up as a child, and I noticed how these therapists, they was just someone to talk to. They didn't really assist with the issues. It was just to open up and talk about it. And I understand the whole point of it now. However, when you're doing this healing work, it's called healing, right? 344. And the whole point of it is to help an individual shift out of that mindset, shift out of that energy, right? And depends on what kind of healer you are, you can go even further. So, you know, it's like I haven't quite gotten there, but through the years, I've been doing the same thing. People will come to me, talk to me about their problems and issues and situations. And I used to be like, well, okay. I used to just listen. Sometimes I would offer advice. I'm more prone to offer advice now than I was before, but I would listen because people would just come to me. It was my grandmother, my mother. I don't care who it was. Um, However, thinking back, and this is how you know your purpose. When you start connecting the dots, you'll be like, oh yeah. Ooh. So when I was working in a job, the jobs that I had were preparing me for my own practice. And I didn't realize it until about a year ago, year and a half ago. So, still getting into the movement of, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I want to do. This is where I'm going to excel. This is what I'm going to love doing because this is what I've always done. This is what my soul has been calling me to do. Right. And it's such an honor to be able to do such a heavy, heavy work. And some people, they look at it as easy, and some people look at it as, yeah, whatever else. But anyway, uh, when I started retracting what I did for work, it made so much more sense to me and it was so much clearer to me. However, I had, there's an amazing soul that has been assisting me on my journey. She's a guide, more like a mentor for me. And um, I've known her about 5 years now, a little over 5 years. And she's been so amazing. If y'all want to know her name, just ask me to put it in the comments or something like that. But anyway, she do charge, whatnot. But when she told me what I was going to be doing, I said, no way. Like, I was just shocked because I was like, it took me back to when I was a child. And this is the thing that I always wanted to do. And it really started to make sense to me. And I said, you know what? That is what I'm going to set out to do. So, you know, at this point, I had to start cultivating how, when, my why is the most important part. That is the most, and once my why is firm, well, then that's when I take off. And I'm just being transparent because my why is still not feasible, right? It's still not stable. And I'm okay with where I am. I'm learning and I'm growing. I understand who I am. And when you understand who you are, you're able to be more real with yourself. You're able to um what's the word? You're able to get to the bottom of why it is that you need to do certain things or what it is that you need to be doing, right? So once you figure that out, then you're well on your way. And with that being said, I love you, amazing souls. I love me. I love us. I love we. Peace on your amazing purpose and journey.